Minnesota, land of 10,000 lakes, a place where nature's beauty whispers peace, a stark contrast to the horror that unfolded in its midst. The discovery of Eli Hart's remains shattered the state's serenity. A young boy's life tragically cut short. Eli, a 6-year-old with a bright smile and infectious laughter, vanished. His disappearance sent shockwaves through the community. Hope dwindled with each passing day. Then the devastating news arrived. Eli's body was found in the trunk of his mother's car. The idyllic image of Minnesota was forever tainted, the tranquility replaced by an unnerving silence. It was a silence heavy with grief, with questions, with the chilling realization of a system's failure. Eli's story became a tragic tale, a haunting reminder of a life stolen too soon. The investigation unveiled a series of missteps, a cascade of errors that ultimately led to an irreversible tragedy. Eli's case laid bare the cracks in the child protection system. It exposed a chilling truth. Sometimes, even in the most peaceful corners of the world, darkness finds its way in. At the heart of this tragedy was a toxic relationship. Julissa Thaler, Eli's mother, and Tori Hart, his father, were locked in a bitter custody battle. Their relationship, strained from the start, deteriorated with each passing court date. Accusations flew back and forth, creating a vortex of animosity. Thaler, battling her own demons, became increasingly erratic. Her behavior, often unsettling, raised red flags. Witnesses reported incidents of aggression, paranoia, and instability. Yet these warning signs seemed to go unnoticed or worse, ignored. Tori, desperate to protect his son, fought tirelessly. He saw the danger signs in Thaler's behavior. He pleaded with the court, begging them to see the risk Thaler posed to Eli. His pleas, however, fell on deaf ears. The custody battle raged on, a relentless storm that pulled Eli deeper into its chaos. The system, designed to protect him, became a battleground. In the end, it failed to recognize the very real danger that lurked beneath the surface. Julissa Thaler's life was a turbulent sea of mental health issues and substance abuse. She grappled with demons that cast a long shadow on her ability to parent. Her struggles were no secret. They were well documented, a part of her story that couldn't be ignored. Thaler's addiction issues spiraled, tightening their grip on her life. Her behavior became increasingly erratic, marked by paranoia and delusions. She made wild accusations, claiming that Tori was abusing Eli. These accusations, later proven false, further complicated an already dire situation. Despite the overwhelming evidence of Thaler's instability, the court remained hesitant. The system, bogged down by bureaucracy and a lack of resources, struggled to navigate the complexities of mental health and addiction. It failed to recognize the urgency of the situation. Eli, caught in the crosshairs of his mother's struggles, became increasingly vulnerable. He was a child in desperate need of protection, a child failed by the very system designed to safeguard his well-being. The warning signs were glaring, impossible to miss. Yet they were ignored, dismissed as the ramblings of a disgruntled ex-partner. The system, blinded by its own inadequacies, failed to connect the dots. Teachers reported concerns about Eli's well-being. They noticed changes in his behavior, a withdrawal that hinted at a deeper turmoil. These concerns, however, were not adequately investigated. They were brushed aside, lost in the overwhelming sea of cases. Social workers, burdened by overwhelming caseloads, were stretched thin. They lacked the resources and the time to delve deeper into the concerns surrounding Eli's safety. The system, designed to protect vulnerable children, was buckling under its own weight. The tragic truth is that Eli's death was preventable. Had the system heeded the warnings, had it acted with urgency and decisiveness, his life could have been saved. His story is a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of inaction. Eli Hart's tragic death sent shockwaves of grief and anger throughout the nation. His story became a rallying cry for change, a stark reminder of the human cost of a broken system. The nation mourned the loss of an innocent life, a life brimming with potential, extinguished too soon. In the wake of this tragedy, a collective demand for justice and accountability echoed. Lawmakers, spurred by public outcry and the heartbreaking details of Eli's case, vowed to enact reforms. The child protection system, long plagued by systemic issues, faced intense scrutiny. Eli's legacy, forever intertwined with this tragedy, became a catalyst for change. His story ignited a movement, a collective determination to ensure that no child would ever have to endure such a fate again. The fight for reform, though arduous and complex, gained momentum, fueled by the memory of a young boy failed by the very system designed to protect him. Eli's name became synonymous with the urgent need for change. His story served as a stark reminder that behind the statistics and case files were real children, each deserving of protection, each deserving of a chance to live a life free from fear and harm. The impact of Eli's death reverberated through his community and beyond. The small town, once a haven of peace and tranquility, grappled with the unimaginable. Neighbors, once familiar faces, now saw the reflection of their own vulnerability in each other's eyes. The school that Eli attended, once filled with the joyous sounds of children's laughter, stood eerily silent. Empty swings swayed gently in the breeze, a haunting reminder of a life cut short. Classmates, struggling to comprehend the finality of death, grappled with a profound sense of loss. The community, united in grief, sought solace in shared memories. They recalled Eli's infectious smile, his boundless energy, and his kind heart. They spoke of his love for dinosaurs and his dreams of becoming a veterinarian. Eli's absence left a void, a constant reminder of the fragility of life. His story, etched in the hearts of those who knew him, became a testament to the enduring power of love and the profound impact of loss. The investigation into Eli's death unveiled a series of missed opportunities and systemic failures. The blame game began, fingers pointed at social workers, judges, and institutions. The public demanded accountability, questioning how such a tragedy could have occurred. The legal proceedings surrounding Eli's case became a focal point for public anger and frustration. Julissa Thaler, charged with murder, became the target of widespread condemnation. The courtroom became a stage for raw emotions, a battleground for justice and accountability. The trial, a harrowing and emotionally charged ordeal, exposed the flaws in the system that failed Eli. Witnesses recounted instances of negligence, indifference, and a blatant disregard for the safety of a vulnerable child. Eli's case highlighted the urgent need for reform, not just within the child protection system, but within society as a whole. It forced a long overdue conversation about mental health, substance abuse, and the systemic issues that plague vulnerable families. Amidst the grief and anger, there was a collective desire to remember Eli, not for the tragic way his life ended, but for the joy he brought to the world. Candlelight vigils were held, his name whispered in prayers, his memory kept alive through acts of kindness. A foundation was established in Eli's name dedicated to advocating for children's rights and pushing for reforms in the child protection system. The foundation, a testament to the enduring love of a grieving father and a community determined to make a difference, became a beacon of hope. Eli's story, shared far and wide, touched countless lives. It served as a stark reminder of the importance of child advocacy, the need for greater awareness, and the collective responsibility to protect the most vulnerable among us. Though Eli's physical presence was gone, his spirit lived on. It lived on in the hearts of those who loved him, in the fight for justice, and in the unwavering determination to create a world where no child would ever have to endure what he did. The path to reform is long and arduous, but Eli's legacy serves as a guiding light. His story ignited a firestorm of change, prompting lawmakers, advocates, and communities to work together to create a safer world for children. New policies and initiatives were implemented, aimed at strengthening the child protection system, improving communication between agencies, and providing better support for families in crisis. Training programs for social workers were enhanced, focusing on early intervention, trauma-informed care, and recognizing the signs of abuse and neglect. The conversation surrounding mental health and substance abuse gained momentum, breaking down stigma and encouraging people to seek help without shame. Resources were allocated to provide greater access to treatment centers, counseling services, and support groups. Eli's story served as a catalyst, a turning point in the fight for child welfare. It highlighted the importance of early intervention, the need for a more compassionate and responsive system, and the collective responsibility to protect the most vulnerable members of society. The tragic tale of Eli Hart is a stark reminder that even in the most idyllic of settings, darkness can lurk. It underscores the devastating consequences of a system ill-equipped to protect its most vulnerable members, but it also serves as a powerful call to action. Eli's story must not be forgotten. It must serve as a catalyst for continued change, a reminder that the fight for child welfare is an ongoing battle. We must remain vigilant, demanding accountability, pushing for reforms, and working tirelessly to create a world where every child is safe, valued, and loved. Let Eli's memory be a beacon, guiding us towards a brighter future, a future where no child suffers in silence, where every cry for help is heard, and where every child has the opportunity to reach their full potential. Let his story be a reminder that we all have a role to play in protecting the innocence and well-being of children. Never again should a child endure the horrors that Eli faced. Never again should a life be cut short by a system that failed to protect. Let us honor his memory by creating a world where every child has the chance to live a life filled with love, laughter, and the promise of a brighter tomorrow.